Got the sniffles. Got the sniffles. Ooh, ooh. I got the sniffles. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. A little technical difficulties down. Yeah. Getting it down. Get it down. All right. Got to start off the day with these nuts. Dunkin' Donuts. Actually, I don't know where I got this from because I didn't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe it was my stepdad. I don't know, or something. Gift at Christmas. Whereas these nuts, the origin of these nuts, is kind of it could have been my stepfather. You know, honestly. There is a beauty to not working on a team and having coworkers. It's really, I realized this the other day, that the beauty of it is that you can never come up with an idea by yourself and then somebody come up and say, hey, I thought of that idea. You know, because you created an original thought in your head. It's not ready yet. Shut up. I'm gonna start whooping their butt. Be quiet. Stop whining. It's like Bella was being more whinier than usual. Yeah, that's the best thing. Like if I work with a whole bunch of guys at a job, then I come up with this great idea, and then some motherfucker tries to take credit for my idea. That only happens in a corporate setting. It never happens like if I write on a notebook and I'm like Leonardo da Vinci, I'm writing all my ideas down. No one can steal it. Nobody can hack my notebook. And no one can claim that they thought of the idea first. But if you work with some motherfuckers at a job, then you do some accomplishment right at the corporation, and then some asshole can just come by and go, "Oh yeah, I thought of that," and tell the manager that they fucking thought of the idea. So that's one of the beauties of being freelance and solo, is that when you do work that's your original ideas, then you can take sole credit for that. And yeah. No one can step forward and lie and bullshit and say that they thought of it first. And that shit would happen all the time with coworkers, you know, working with other people. All right. What's the latest Democrat hoax? Is this another one? They're going with the Today Show angle this time? Yeah, interesting. Interesting psyop to begin Groundhog Day. So, I saw Nancy Guthrie's missing, and at first, the person who might see that on the news might say, "Well, who the fuck is Nancy Guthrie?" And I was like, Guthrie? I'm going through the encyclopedia of my brain. I'm like, Guthrie. And it didn't really, Savannah Guthrie didn't come up first. It was like Woody Guthrie. And I thought it was like the songwriter, folkster, you know, maybe some kind of connection. Because I was like, why is people talking about an 84-year-old elderly lady gone missing? Why are people talking in the news about Nancy Guthrie? And then they said, oh, Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show. And then I was like, oh, okay. So the Democrats don't really have a pot to piss in the 2026 midterm elections. I'm not saying they invent scenarios. You know, they invent red MAGA hat wearing troublemakers and criminals before a midterm election, but yeah. Is it a psyop? Is it just a lunatic randomly there's no politics involved at all? Now, if you do recall the 2020 election, the stolen or at least rigged election of 2020, could some people still have a beef about the stolen election of 2020, the rigged election of 2020? However you want to look at it. I mean, a lot of American citizens and voters have a sneaking suspicion that the 2020 election was stolen by the Democrat Party and by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Barack Hussein Obama and so on. So, in fact, the DOJ is still investigating and the FBI the activities of the most corrupt president in history, Joseph R. Biden, one of the worst in all of the 250 years of the United States of America. The absolute shit stain. And his master, Barack Hussein Obama, who wrote in because he was half black or something. And so people were like, oh my God, he's half black, he's half Kenyan, elect him. Without any idea how Islamic and how anti-American and anti-white this motherfucker was. So, as you know, there is even though the historical pattern shows that the incumbent Congress usually does poorly in midterm elections, except for the rigged elections of 2022 by Joe Biden, the Democrats, and their cronies using the FTX crypto scandal to money launder to buy seats so they can maintain control. So, except for using a Chinese plague to take over two branches of the U.S. government in 2020 by Joe Biden and his cronies. Except for those, typically speaking, maybe back in George W. Bush after 9/11, there was a rallying for George W. Bush to keep the Congress. But typically, the historical pattern goes like this. The incumbents do worse and they lose control of Congress, and the other party usually cleans up house, literally, in the House of Representatives in the U.S. Senate, or at least in the House of Representatives. So that's usually how it goes. That the incumbent does poorly. Or the incumbent party. All right. But this time may be one of those special exception times where the Democrats have no guaranteed historical. There's nothing that guarantees that they'll be able to take the House and to throw a wrench into the final 2 years of Donald Trump's second term as U.S. president. The Democrats don't have any ace in the hole. They don't have a smoking gun. They have nothing. Jack Shizit. So they're getting increasingly more and more desperate. Now, if everyone recalls, Savannah Guthrie was particularly brutal to Donald Trump during the election of 2020, really seething with anti-Trump vitriol, hatred. You could see the anger coming from her face. And, yeah. Does somebody out there remember that? Yeah. trying to punish her? Are they trying to just extort money from Savannah Guthrie? Or does somebody remember how fucking nasty Savannah Guthrie was to Donald Trump during the stolen 2020 elections? Or how nasty the pro-Obama Democrat state propaganda, the corporate media, was to Donald Trump. They've been unfair to him his entire, almost going on 12 years. So the entire legacy media, corporate media, has been ruthlessly nasty to Donald Trump and unfair, particularly Savannah Guthrie. When she's attacking Trump, she seems like she's reveling in it. When she's yelling at Trump, it seems like she's getting a kick out of it. Like she's getting some sort of perverse joy. So Savannah Guthrie knows that the fix is in for 2020, so she attacks with all her vitriol. She knows that she has her system behind her and the Democrat Party. She knows she has Robert De Niro and all of Mark Zuckerberg and all these people, all these rich and powerful people on her side. So she doesn't really fear reprisal because she's got the whole system behind her, the whole military, industrial, pharmaceutical, technological, state media run propaganda complex behind her. So she just attacks without any barriers, without a leash. She attacks with impunity on Donald Trump and unleashes. So Savannah Guthrie was a prime example of somebody that was really, really nasty to Donald Trump. And I remember those town halls and those debates where she was really a bitch and really unfair. Instead of just asking questions, she was attacking. The media, the actual journalism, the quote-unquote free press is supposed to just ask candidates questions, not attack them fiercely. So a journalist is supposed to just ask questions, and the person's supposed to respond. And then the public is supposed to decide. That's how real journalism is supposed to work. You don't attack the person you're interviewing because you hate them and you hate their party and you don't want to see them reelected. That's unprofessional. That's vile behavior. But she's such an entitled bitch that she thought she was going to get away with it. All right. Yeah. So did someone out there remember how nasty she was to Trump? Ooh. Is that a possible MO? Well, Trump was reelected by American voters, and Savannah Guthrie and Barack Hussein Obama weren't able to stop us. But I don't really see the purpose of harassing even the most vile and entitled bitch and most upper elite crust in American society. One of the most fake ass fucking bitches, entitled bitch in all of the corporate legacy media. I don't see how attacking her mother would actually, bear fruit or anything like that. So I don't see, what would be the purpose of revenge on somebody's elderly mother. I mean, it's kind of like low-hanging fruit. It's like, I want to hurt you, I'm going to hurt your mother. But it's like, if a woman's 85, they're going to die soon anyway. So it's just kind of like, kind of pointless at that point. It's kind of like killing people in the nursing home. They're already going to die anyway. So, okay. So we decided to make the 4 eggs, and 2 for my dogs, and then 2 for me. So, happy groundhog Groundhog Day today. Yeah, happy Groundhog Day. So is this a revenge deal? Is this a financial extortion? Or even worse, is this a Democrat Party psyop? Yeah, I guess only time will tell what it is. I mean, if it's a guy in a red hat dancing around with Trump flags, it's going to look pretty suspicious. Oh, Lord. Billy Ellis. Nobody would be buying her music if that bitch wasn't even a little bit cute. So if she was, have you noticed there's not a lot of fat, ugly chicks being pop stars? Where's all the fat ones with the warts and with the droopy tits? They're not really. Where are the ugly pop stars at? Real, butt ass, fat, ugly. Like, yeah. Have you noticed that they're all like kind of, cutesy girls? Or they're usually girls with nice tits and nice butts. Anybody ever notice that? I know I did. Well, thoughts and prayers for the Savannah Guthrie fam, and I hope her mother Nancy Guthrie is found and safe and alive and well. Oh, yeah. So we'll see if this event is a ploy to try to win the midterm elections by the Democrats. I know everything that happens is not a ploy for the Democrats to try to win the midterm elections, but some activities are more suspicious than others. Okay, Tula, calm down. Yeah, these are really good. Just making these eggs just straight out like this. These are good. Okay, calm down. There you go, Tula. It's very breakfasty, okay? Very, very good. Should we get another buttered toast? I think we need to get a buttered toast. These are like the Italian way, huh? So is it just another psyop? Just another Democrat hoax? Or what is it? What is the... I mean, if this was going to happen by whoever kidnapped her or whatever, then why did it happen now? Like on the impending 2026 elections coming in. So we'll see what the real plot and intention is, as the investigation unfolds. Yeah. So if someone was mad about a stolen election from 2020, then why wouldn't they lash out during the Biden-Harris administration? They're going to lash out against Savannah Guthrie for her mean-spirited questioning attacks on Donald Trump, then why didn't they retaliate earlier? Instead of waiting after Trump was already reelected. If someone wanted to kidnap someone's relative and make them pay a ransom, why didn't they pick somebody who was wealthier? I mean, I'm sure Savannah Guthrie and her family are, especially with the Today Show, I bet she has some pretty good bank. She gets a six-figure big, it could be millions of dollars per year, how much she gets and how much she has in her accounts. So she could have, $50 million. I don't know exactly what her net worth is. I'm sure we could ask the computer. Does she have like $100 million? Is it lower? Is it just like 50 million? Well, those network jobs? Yeah. Those TV personality jobs? How much she pulling down? I want to say. Let's ask the computer. What is the net worth of Savannah Guthrie? Okay, I was in the ballpark. 40 million. 100 million was too much, but 50 million was pretty safe to say. Yeah, Savannah Guthrie net worth 2026, $40 million. All right, most sources are saying that. $40 million. So, yeah, she's got some pretty good, I guess in this rough post-COVID economy, I suppose millionaires, I guess kidnapping their relatives for ransom is, it's not a moral or ethical thing to do. It's just from a logical, practical perspective of how much money they're making, a thief or a criminal. Yeah. She's not the lowest on the totem pole, I guess, if you're going to hold somebody's relative for ransom. These eggs are so excellent. My dogs haven't realized that I dropped a piece of egg. Oh, okay. Finally, Bella noticed. Everybody ready for the Artemis party moss? The party moss. Got that iced tea. Ready to go. Oh. So are the Democrats trying to extract sympathy from the public and act as their victims? Ilhan Omar, Savannah Guthrie's kidnapped mother, trying to get all the sympathy points ready to try to take the 2026 midterm elections. They try to play victims to get sympathy all the time. That's what they go. Whether these events are real or they're concocted, they're constructed as psyops, they still try to get this victimhood sympathy, even if they're as fake as hell as like Juicy Smollett, fake MAGA attack. His fake Trump attack that never happened. He got off pretty light for lying to the justice system for that. But anyways, that's Juicy Smollett. You know, that's just another crazy Democrat trying to. If they don't have a sob story or a victimhood story, then they simply create one, I guess, or pay people to act it out. Yeah, it's just pathetic. So, but Godspeed for Nancy Guthrie to be found alive and well, and I guess the case will unfold. You know. It won't be like where's Jimmy Hoffa? I hope not. For a mystery that lasts 50 years or more. So an eternal mystery. Hopefully everything will come to light the next week. God bless. Happy Groundhog Day. God bless and best of success. Peace.